Hello everyone, this is going to be my second video in my Mr. N Fundamentals series. Now I don't know how big of a series it's going to be because I don't know how many fundamentals there are. However, today we are going to be looking at how Mr. N can approach Dr. Shoals off of the first round. And I know it says round 6 on the screen, but the only thing that's important for us is that Mr. N has no meter, which is the case in the first round. Also, what we need to note, there's my mouse, what we need to note is I accidentally picked Kick Gem. I got my buttons confused because I have Mr. N on the other side. However, I do use Dive Gem in this matchup, but the gem here is inconsequential for this video. So, what is our objective here as Mr. N facing off against Dr. Shoals on round 1? Well, you want to get underneath the Dr. Shoals player. We want to be standing here. And the reason for that is because Dr. Shoals can't kick us. And because Shoals also has no meter, which in this case is messed up, Shoals can't do any sort of resets or what you would call like pivoting in the air and kicking us, kicking over here, pivoting, kicking over here, and killing us. None of that can happen. So all we need to do is get underneath and we're safe. And one of the functions of getting underneath is building enough meter for Magneto when you can then go up and challenge Dr. Shoals. So, how do we do this safely? I'm starting halfway through the video because I executed the case of doing it safely before I executed the case of doing it unsafely. And I didn't bother to edit the video in a special way. So, this is what happens if you do it unsafely. If you try to spam dive kick, dive kick, dive kick as fast as possible, and Dr. Shoals tries to catch you out at the start of the round with just a very quick dive kick. And I've chosen the kick gem for Dr. Shoals, so she'll get to Mr. N even quicker. So let's watch this failure happen. You see Mr. N tries very diligently to make minimum height dive kicks in order to, as fast as possible, sneak under Shoals. However, this does not work. A headshot is made, which is a terrible situation, and the round is lost. Now, we will look at the proper way to do it. So, this is the true round 1, and you notice both people have no meter, so all is good. So what are we going to do? We know that our first kick can be an instant dive kick because it builds meter and it gets us forward. However, if we do an instant dive kick on the second kick, then we can get killed by a Shoals who uses dive kick immediately. So, we need to go up a little bit more in case we see a dive kick Shoals. We'll just float up and kill. Fly up and kill, I should say. Not using Magneto, because we don't have it. So, once we recognize on the second jump, dive, that Shoals is not doing the instant dive kick, we can kick to get closer. If she is, as I said, you'll just go up and kill. And I'll demonstrate this. And then the third jump, you have to be more careful because you're closer. So what you'll do is you'll go up and you'll be checking for the instant dive kick to kill you. Once you are confirmed it's not going to happen, you can kick and you're underneath. So let's see that happen. There, the first dive kick is immediate. And that's because Shoals can't challenge us. And then the next, this is when a Shoals player would be going up and over. So we're on the way up, and right here in the video, right there, we notice the Shoals player is still on the ground. That means that we're in no danger of being kicked. If Shoals right off the start of the round went up and kicked, she'd probably be here. In which case, we just continue up and kill. It's very safe. It demands extreme reaction time, but it's very safe. So now we've noticed that Shoals is not leaving the ground. So we kick. That's fine. And now we are closer to Dr. Shoals. So if she leaves the ground now, we'll die for sure. If we have kicked. Because basically all she has to do is turn her body and her feet are already at us. So if we kick, essentially stalling for a moment in the air, we're in trouble. So we have to continue upwards for a moment. So I did continue upwards for just a moment, and this is kind of the point, up a little bit higher is kind of the point where you have enough diagonal distance between you and Shoals that she can't get up right on top of you and kill you. So now we're going to go underneath, and we've succeeded in our mission. So I'm going to show you this again. It's a three-stage thing, three-stage approach: low, medium, high. And the high isn't even that high. We don't get as high as you would with a full dive. But just things to note, we are safe now. Shoals has no meter, so we can't be tricked. And we have some meter, so all we need to do is one more tiny kick, and we can begin to go up and challenge Shoals, or follow her with tiny dive kicks. So let's watch it again, in full view. And I won't pause, just so you can see the way Mr. N behaves. And that is how you safely approach a Dr. Shoals player off the first round. Thanks for watching.